It doesn't really matter what I say, because it's not what I say, it's almost like it's the reverse of what I say. So it's not like, it's not something that you get in language, in understanding. It's like words being sucked back into this. It's like a suction. It's not going out and following what I say and understanding anything in time. It's the coming back to this. You didn't even leave this, but there seems to be this feeling and this idea that you left this. So the words and the ideas can go along in this, and it can feel like you're getting somewhere, that you're understanding, that you're deconstructing, that you're learning this. But it's the opposite. It's a suction back into nothing. It's the opposite that's happening. It's not that you're going and getting something. It's not that we're here learning something. It's not that we're here doing something. It's that you disappear, and then there is nothing, or you could say everything. I don't know why. It's like life, or the source, whatever the source is, decided to explode into all of this manifestation, pretend and play at being real and something happening, and then it implodes again. Why? So it's not a going out, it's a coming back. It's not even a coming back, it's just the end of that action of trying to get somewhere. And what is this? This is love. Absolute love. But not as a feeling, not as a sensation, not as a thought, not as an idea. Yet, all of those things appear in it, so all of them are love. But we look at individual things, so we say it's a feeling, it's bliss, it's a sensation, it's an experience, it's a happening. But all of them appear in it, so they're all love. But that's not the love I'm talking about. Nothing which is seen is what I'm talking about. Everything that appears is it, but no one thing. This isn't about you becoming something, becoming a better human or a nicer person or a non-angry person or a permanently happy person or a permanently good mood person or not that. So if you're a very sweet person, it's not about you then becoming a grumpy person. Too sweet is not liberated. The the side effects of it might change the character, but you will never see enlightenment. You will never see it, because that's all moving. In fact, there's no such thing as enlightenment. Oh. That was just at the right point. I said, there's no such thing as enlightenment. You went,
Thank God.
You're like my friend Kay. We won't do too long. Everything that's ever been seen, felt, every emotion, every feeling, every fuck up, every tantrum, every beautiful act, every kiss, every love, every falling in love, every film, every movie, every drug, every sunset, every nightmare, everything has been it. It is found in everything, which is empty and no thing. Everything. There's never been one thing out of line. There's just been the dream, within the dream, that it's out of line. There's just been the dream, which has been happening in thoughts and an energy that's been appearing, saying, there's something wrong here, I need to look for it. I need to get somewhere. And it's more a feeling. It's more the feeling than the thoughts. It's a sensation that there's something not quite right. It's a sensation that's saying there's something not quite right here. And it looks in things to find something comfortable. It looks in behaviour. So it looks to the assumption that I'm the body, my behaviour. If I behave better with others, if others behave better with me, if I become a certain person, if I act enlightened, if I act nice, if I act compassionate, if I get lots of things, if I do lots of things, then I'll get it. But you can never get it in any particular thing. It's everywhere and everything that's happening. This isn't a mindset. This isn't beliefs that are taken on. It's the collapsing of the false belief that you are separate and you are imperfect. Every hair, every movement has been perfection. Everything that's ever happened has been perfection. Not perfect in the world of things, in the sense of the world of things is always moving, so the world of things is always growth and destruction in a way. The world of things is you get it, you lose it, you get it, you lose it. Like it grows, it's a beautiful flower, and then it's destroyed. You get the perfect family and then it goes. You get the perfect lover and then it goes. So in the world of things, it's always moving and changing from one thing to another. So it doesn't always seem perfect in the world of things. It seems chaotic and dramatic and a very alive experience. But as your essence, it's always free, because you are never one of the things, one of the separate things. You are always all things, or no thing. When this begins to be heard, but it's not heard intellectually, and it's so silly that I say heard, because it's as if we're sitting here listening. Nobody could ever listen. But it's as when this begins to be heard, then, which is an energetic thing, I don't know why, and I assume it happens in all bodies, when the crumbling begins to happen, there's an emptying out of everything the person thought it knew and was. It doesn't mean an emptying out of the body's conditioning and the characteristics of the body. It means the emptying out of the person that's claiming things and claiming to be things. which is different from the conditioning of the body and the makeup of the body. So it's not an emptying out of all conditioning of the body. The body will carry on being whatever the body is. It'll be emptying out of that one that's in the middle, believing I am the body and that it is something. And then everything is seen as it is, which is full and empty simultaneously. There's never been a back on this. There's never been a front on this. So it's empty, just infinite and full at the same time. This becomes really intellectual. And the question is, but this isn't a question for you. I assume this question does its job. I don't even know really how it works. But it's who is listening? Who is hearing these words? And then it begins to be seen that this is totally not intellectual. Trust me, it's not intellectual. Somebody was just writing to me on Skype. I get lots of interesting messages going, Lisa's a stick of shit, or something like that. So this is not an intellectual thing. Luckily, I'm not identified with my intelligence, although I know it's very high. When someone says that, I can take it. They had a little chant on there that I'd made up. But the question is who is listening, and then it begins to be seen that this is not an intellectual thing, because who is understanding this? The mind's like, I remember in this case, which is a really bizarre thing, but we're just going to say it because it needs to be said. In Lisa's case, people used to ask me that and I'd be like, what? What? Who is listening? Who understands this? And I'd be like, it just want to pop out, me. I am listening. And it's not something that you can think about and understand. But as it begins to get emptied out, it becomes so empty. Who is listening? Nobody's listening. And that sounds so negative in a Christian society or in this society. But it's absolute love, because if nobody's listening, then you are everything. I say you. Who is you? Nobody. Or then you could say everything and nothing. This is where the love comes in, the intimacy. There's nobody listening, so if there's nobody listening, then you are the sounds. You are this body, you are this voice. As soon as I say you, there's an imagination. It's this vast emptiness. Who moves a hand? Who speaks these words? Who hears these words? Who touches the air? Who feels the warmth? To be separate is terrifying. To see this is not a separate experience. It's not even you seeing it, but to know that, then it's the end of suffering, but it's not the end of this full-on experience, this full-on colour show. It's not the end of feelings and reactions and ideas. It's just not for anybody. So therefore, there's no separation between the ideas and the air, the ideas and the light, the feelings and the room and the other bodies. Nobody can get you out of this because there is nobody. But yet you've always been in everything. So you've never been lost. You've never been abandoned. You're never not loved or left. What a dream this has been. What a full-on dream. Full-on doesn't translate well. I really need to look in the dictionary or the thesaurus to find a different word for that. Full-on is when you drive a car very fast.
Intense.
Intense, yeah, just intense. It's an intense world or intense experience. And even though sometimes it might seem so overwhelming, there's nowhere that anyone can go but home because you always have been everything. So it's not like you're going to be the one that doesn't get it. You can't go anywhere but home. You've always been home. It's just has been this added extra daydream. And there's not really time like we imagine it, so it's not like anyone gets it for you. There's not even others like that.